Welcome, Serena. Nice to be here with you this afternoon. If you want to take a minute to introduce yourself to everyone, tell us your name, background, where you're from, and interesting fact about yourself, if you don't mind.
All right. My name is Serena. I'm a fourth year student in therapeutic recreation, and I play on the women's volleyball team. I am from Hamilton, Ontario, but my background is Congolese. I'm Congolese from Africa. Um, and a fun fact about myself, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I have a fact, but I could say that I am one of four in my family, and I'm the only girl. Maybe that's interesting.
It is for sure. Where are you in the four? Are you the baby girl in the middle somewhere?
I'm the second oldest. So older brother, me, and then two younger brothers.
Gotcha. And I guess you must have had a pretty tough, upbringing in terms of having three boys surrounding you. A lot of adrenaline there, a lot of masculinity, kind of made you tough.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, like it builds character having brothers. Like they teach you how to be tough. So I definitely appreciate that.
And I'm sure you can take that same toughness to the volleyball court, having that not only mental, physical toughness, but the mental aspect too, being able to
Mhm.
overcome adversity and put yourself through challenges. So, I was an only child, so I envy you not having any siblings. So, we could argue back and forth about which is better or worse, but nice to know that, you have some siblings that support you on your journey. So, tell me this, why did you choose Waterloo?
For a couple of reasons, honestly. So at Waterloo in my program, it's one of the only, I think there's two schools that offer therapeutic recreation in Ontario. So it's pretty easy for me to narrow my choices because I knew that the school had a rare program that I was interested in. And honestly, I was really inspired by the team and its culture that it had. Talking with Richard, like when I was younger in club, he really like showed me the interest that he had in me and how he thought that I could fit into that team culture. So it all just fit for me and it made my decision pretty easy.
Nice. And with a degree in therapeutic rec, what are some of your future goals? What do you plan on doing when you graduate?
Yeah, so after my undergrad, I'm planning on pursuing and completing a master's in in occupational therapy.
Okay,
Um, so that'll be following my 5 years here. Hopefully, that's the next step for me.
for sure. And you've been here for quite a while, so you were able to experience, things as a younger student on campus. Obviously, last year was a bit different. Everything was moved online, but overall, tell me about your experience at Waterloo.
I've had a really, really positive last 4 years here. Right in like since coming in my first year, I was heavily involved. And I got a lot of court time, I got a lot of playing time. So I was able to learn and gain a lot of experience in that first year. And I think that kind of set me up for the following years because I've been able to build on that experience. I've been able to make connections with people in athletics. And I think maybe my early start in that has allowed me to do that. So far it's been great. Nothing but positive things.
Good. And you're still a young female adult. At this point in your life, what are you most proud of?
Um, Honestly, I'm most proud of the woman that I've become, if that sounds kind of cheesy.
No, it doesn't.
um, uh, I've had to overcome a lot of personal challenges in my life and like learning from them, growing from them. Obviously, I still am doing both of those things, but I feel like I've been able to grow and adapt like through the challenges that I've had. So I'm really proud of having been able to go through that and be who I am and be where I am today.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. And you talked about, growth and overcoming challenges. Tell me, like, what's your motivation? What gets you up in the morning every single day to strive to be the best version of yourself?
I just try to be always be better than I was the previous day.
Mhm.
So if I'm having a bad day, if it's academically, if it's in sports, if it's mentally or whatever, I just always try to make the next day better for myself. So improve a habit or something, or improve something that I didn't do well the first day, if it's like in a practice or in a classroom. I just try to improve myself every day.
Awesome. Self-improvement, definitely something that we all should strive to do on a daily basis. Um, you know, what what does Black History Month mean to you?
Yeah. To me, honestly, Black History Month is just all about celebrating, appreciating, and recognizing all the ways that, Black culture has influenced the world. And it's in so many ways. It's in sports, it's in media, it's in art, it's in literature, it's in so many different aspects of our world. So I think it's important to take this month to recognize all of those things. But I also think that that shouldn't be limited to just 1 month. I think the education and recognition of Black culture should be a continuous thing. But for the month of February, I think it is important to be doing those things.
I'm so glad you said that. One of the books I'm reading right now is talking about, defining Black history and culture, and how when you label it as such, you're identifying all the good things that have happened, but you're also saying that what happened is outside the norm. So I agree with you when you say it should be a year-long occurrence. That because once we start to understand what really happened, what the truth is, now it's just history. It's not
Hmm.
just separated by blacks and whites, so on and so forth. It's just
Hmm.
it is what it is. So I'm so glad that you said that. With that said, in terms of the recognition you mentioned, you were nominated by your coaches and your peers. How does it feel to be nominated and recognized?
Obviously, it's an honor. You know, anytime I have the opportunity to speak on things and to represent my team, I take that very seriously. So I'm glad and happy that my coach thought that I was someone that was worth highlighting. So it is an honor, and I take it very seriously.
Nice. Um, you know, you played volleyball for a number of years. You've been at school for a while. What do you do in your spare time when you're not, playing volleyball, when you're not, studying your therapeutic recreational material? What are you doing to keep you busy?
I'm very much like a people person, so I'm really always surrounded by either family or friends. Right now, I'm in Waterloo, so I spend a lot of time with my roommates. If I'm not doing that, I am watching Netflix. There's a lot of extra time right now to be binging, so I am taking that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I couldn't imagine being a young adult, and in today's age with the lockdown, the restrictions, the lack of ability to socialize. I'm a social person myself, being recruiting
Mhm.
coordinator. I'm used to being on the road, so I'm glad to hear that you're finding ways to stay busy and still continue to develop your relationship with your peers.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously we're celebrating Black History Month, and you're a member of the Alliance, and we formed that group to be able to create change within University of Waterloo, but also starting with ourselves first. What changes do you want to see in the world, knowing that the world is on fire right now with everything that's happened in the past year, with the police brutality, with the political BS that's happening? What changes do you want to see?
First and foremost, I want to see um, just more kindness in the world. I think if everyone just takes more time to be kind to each other and to themselves, especially right now, there's a lot of things happening in the world. If we were to just take a moment to just reflect and take time to be kinder towards others, I feel like that'll take away a lot of the hostility and hopefully make a space for conversation and make a space for, development if we are able to talk to each other, I think better.
For sure, communication is key. Obviously having a bunch of siblings at home, I'm sure there were a lot of arguments about a lot of different topics. Who was somebody that you looked up to as a kid growing up? Who was your hero, if you had one?
Uh, I would just say my dad, and I don't know if that's like a cheesy answer as well, but he was always someone that I saw work 110% at everything he did. He was always someone that motivated me to do the same, and he's someone that I try to strive to be like because in every aspect of his life, he gives 110% and he tries to better the people around him, not only himself. So that's what I try to do. That's who I try to be. I look up to my dad.
That's awesome. You're the only girl. So did he ever tell you that you were the favorite?
Oh, he didn't say it, but I knew it. I was
You
always
knew
the princess. I
it?
got my way. He didn't have to say it. I knew I was.
Daddy's little girl. Yeah, I hear you.
Yep,
That's
big daddy's girl.
awesome. We'll finish off the interview with this last question. You still have a lot more living to do. You have a bright future ahead. I wish you all the best. If you were to look back and send a message to your younger self when you were, say, 12 or 13 years old, what would you say to your younger self?
I would tell her to keep believing in herself and her abilities, and that the work that she's putting in to improve herself, to improve her game, to improve her grades is going to pay off, and that if she keeps believing in herself, that there's no limit.
That's awesome. Well said, Serena. Like I said before, it was a pleasure. I thank you for your time. It's been an honor to work with you. I look forward to working with you more in the future.
You as
Congratulations on
well.
your recognition and celebration, and All the best to you in the future.
Thank you so much, CA. Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure.